Today we will learn how to convert an audio file into a text file using Lambda function in Amazon. So we will use AWS services and then we'll do this process. Now, first thing first, we'll create two buckets. One input bucket where you're going to input the audio file. The moment we put the audio file, Lambda function will be automatically triggered and then it will pull the audio file using Amazon Transcribe. It will convert the audio into text and then put it into another S3 bucket. So we will do this entire thing in using the Lambda function. So let's see, let's jump into action now. So first thing first, we'll create two buckets. Okay, so this is my home page and this is how it looks. We'll search for S3. S3. Buckets are folders where you're going to put the files. Okay, as you can see, I have already created two buckets. Okay, so I'll just show you how to create a bucket quickly. So for our purpose, we'll just create, we'll just give it a name as each to text input, and you just come at the bottom and make it create. Okay, if the name is not already taken, then you should have it created. So speech to text input, we'll create another bucket where you're going to put our results. That is speech into text. I'll name it as output here. Okay. Yeah, let's come right at the bottom and create the bucket. So our objective would be to put the audio files into speech to text input bucket. As you can see, this is a bucket. There is it is empty. Important part is if you go to the properties here, this Amazon resource name ARM. This is we will this is very important. We will require this. Okay. And similarly, once we put this audio file, automatically Lambda function will be triggered, and then our results would be put in this speech to text output. Okay. As of now, you don't have anything. Now, the moment you've created the two buckets, then the very next thing that you need to do is assign a role. Okay. Now, what is role? It is nothing but giving a permission. So again, we'll search here for I and okay. Now here you're going to go for roles and then let's create a role. So if you come down here, you're going to create a role for Lambda function. So I'm going to create Lambda here and then go next. Now, first thing first, what permissions that you're going to need? I'm going to need it for S3. So Amazon read only. Read only. So this is I'm going to need. And next thing I'm going to need is for Amazon subscribe. Okay. So Amazon subscribe full access. Okay. Another one that I'm going to require is CloudWatch. So CloudWatch full access. How do we name it? I'll just quickly take a reference here. Go to onion and go to roles here and run the permission. Okay. CloudWatch full access. So CloudWatch full access. Now these are things predominantly will require another one. Okay. But we'll do it little later. We'll give this name we will name it as role. Come right at the bottom here, create a role. Okay. So your role is now created. So here's speech to text role. If I open this up, and now what I'm going to do here is these are the three for which I will definitely require because I'm going to play with H3 bucket. Transcribe also I require to convert speech to text. And CloudWatch is something that you need to look into the log files if it is running correctly or not. And we're going to apply another permission. We're going to create inline. Okay. Now this is going to be related to your S3 bucket. Is for S3. What I'm looking for is, and I'm going to give a permission to all. Read all for writing all and tagging and Permission management, I'll leave it as it is. If you come down, then we'll have specific. Here I'll go for the access. I'll give any. Okay. Bucket. I'll put the ARN. Okay. Now, if you remember ARN, I'll just quickly go to surveys, S3 bucket, and then the bucket I have created. Here is the input bucket here. As I've said that ARN numbers are very vital here. I'm going to give this ARN number. Okay. That's it. Rather make it any. Save, I'll make it bucket any, and then object I'll put any. Okay. So I'm not going to specific adding the ARNs. I'm rather making it any, so that in our first execution everything works well. So I'll keep this policy name as each policy. This is the fourth one getting attached. So you have Amazon Free, Substack Full Access, CloudWatch, and speech policy. We have four things attached here. Now, once we have done, see now what we've done is we've created two buckets. We have also created a role so that our bucket can be easily accessible through Lambda function. Now the last thing that you're going to do is create a Lambda function. Okay. So in order to create a Lambda function, I've just jumped a step. What you should do is in the search button, you can create Lambda. From here, you can come to Lambda function. Okay, I've already created one. I'll create another one. Okay, I'll name it as converting I'll be using Python 9. Okay, yeah, Python 9. And yeah, now when it comes to permission, if you remember, we've created a Lambda function for it. So let me give it a permission. Create a new role with basic Lambda, use an existing role. So just now you created one role. This is the role, right? Speech to text role. Okay. That's it. We are done here. There's one more thing that is left. As I told you that the moment S3 in S3 input bucket file is uploaded or audio file is uploaded, it should automatically trigger, right? Let's work that out now. How it should automatically trigger. So you can add a trigger here. There are many ways of doing it. I'm showing you this way. Okay. Source going to be S3 and choose or enter the ARN of that bucket. Okay. So or enter, choose or enter the ARN of the bucket is going to be this bucket. Take simple. Then type, I'll leave it in all object create events. I'll leave it in like this and I'll add it. Now this is created. Now next thing what we need to do is we have it, yeah, the Lambda function. So we are already into this place. Now we're going to write the code so that everything happens. Okay. Now I'm going to quickly refer a code and explain you what this code does. Okay. Take this day of the code, print it. Okay. Now what this code will do, okay, first of all, you need to import JSON, Boto, and time. I tell you why we have important. The important one is Boto3. Now, Boto is a sort of a package, or we call it a client, which will help me to pull this data out from S3 bucket, and then using the transcribe, it is going to convert it into text and put it back to another S3 bucket. Okay. So I've called this S3 client in this object, transcribe client. Okay, Boto3 client transcribe, and the destination bucket would be okay. Now this is where you're going to have to change the name. Okay, what is the destination bucket? In our case, it's going to be this output. Okay, I'll copy this. Yeah. Now the important function I have is Lambda handler. It is going to take two arguments. Now let's see. Now the source object, it will have this bucket name. Okay, source bucket is nothing but the input bucket name. Okay, the way the JSON file is created, this is how it looks. Okay, and then the key is nothing but your bucket name. So your S3 bucket And sorry, and this is going to be your key is going to be your audio file. Okay, audio file name. And here is the transcribe. Okay, a transcribe name that you're giving. So in my case, I'm giving a transcription as a name, and I'm just appending that with the timestamp. Okay, and this is my S3 bucket. Uh, entire S3 bucket. Source bucket is nothing but my the input bucket, and the audio file key is the audio file. So this is where the entire thing is. And response is going to have what? It is going to call this transcribe client. Okay. This is the entire function. You have this many parameters. If you the first is the transcribe job name. Now this is entire function which is going to take that audio file from this bucket and then convert it into a text file and put it into a destination bucket. Okay. So media is nothing but the file URI. So if you see here, this entire file is the second argument. Media format, it could be MP3 or whichever audio format that you have. It is going to split it on dot and then put only MP3 or those things. And then language is in English. Output bucket destination is your destination bucket. Okay, and that is your output bucket, which I have already put it here. Yep, this is my going to be a destination bucket, and this is the destination output file name, whatever it is, will put. Okay, that's all you need to know. Yeah, if this is done, we're going to deploy it. If you have any kind of error, it should show, but it's successfully updated. Okay, now everything is done. Now we're going to test it. So for testing it, I'm going to speech to text, and I'm going to upload a audio file. Okay, so I'll add files here. I'm putting this file, which is called as meeting. Okay, if I put meeting here, and then I'll upload it. And let's hold on for a while. I'll close it, and I'll go to bucket, and I'll check that speech to text bucket. If everything has worked out well, I should have the file here. The transcript already file has created, and this is where we are meeting.json. Okay, this is the text file. Now, in order to see the text file, we're going to quickly download it. Okay, I'm just looking at it so we can download it. Yeah. Okay. This is the file. This is the audio generated. Yeah, that's it. I'll have many more such videos related to Lambda function in future.